right, y'all. Getting this show started. Woo! What's up, TGIF? I'm at work. Woo! How's everybody doing? All right, we are here. Let me play the intro while we up in here. I'm doing good today. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Friday. We are here.
That's right.
Yes.
The best in politics and celebrity gossip. This is the Wiley Show.
Y'all need to listen to that, okay?
Don't stop. Keep it going.
Well, y'all, it's really dope. I wasn't even at my house last night. I was at this girl house. I really was in need of a woman's touch. I was in need of a woman's touch, okay? I was in need of, a woman's touch last night. I would just say that. So I think I would get more into details about that on Patreon. But I was in need of a woman's touch yesterday, a real woman, actually. Great. It was lovey-dovey, good and fun. So excuse me that I had to rush and be late during the show because I wasn't even at home last night. I had to spend a night at somebody's house, and one thing led to another. But I needed a woman's touch. I'm gonna just say that. Let me make sure I take this prep. But I was in need of a woman's touch last night. Some of y'all will believe that I'm lying, but it's okay. It's okay. Y'all wasn't with me last night. So when I'm lying, I'll tell the truth. You weren't there. Let me make sure I take my prep. Woo, Lord. So we have a lot to discuss today. We're going to be getting into Khloe Kardashian and Tristan and their drama. We're going to be getting into Jordan Woods and bring her up. And then we also going to get into Jay-Z and his secret daughter, allegedly. So let's get started with the show. I first and foremost would like to say thank you to all of the subscribers and all of the producers. And shout out to one of my research producers that told me to get on this story last week and I ain't listened to her. Everybody, their mom is on the story today. She gave me the video. She gave me everything. I ain't jump on it. So let's get into Khloe. So Khloe allegedly is pregnant by her man, Tristan. Now, y'all know who Tristan is. That man is the guy that allegedly kissed Jordan Woods, and the Kardashians blamed Jordan Woods. She was crying. A lot of people dragged that black woman. They said they weren't friends with her, literally wanted to blackball her from the industry. It gotten so bad that the Smiths, the Smith family had to come rescue her because she was getting a lot of damage publicly. So the Smith family came and rescued her. She did a show on Red Table Talk, and she was very remorseful. And she said she did not cheat on Tristan. Tristan kissed her. Even in doing that interview, Jaden Pinkett Smith even told her that you put yourself in a bad position. Pretty much we're telling her that you should never went there without Khloe being there. You have to be very, very, very careful because Jordan is very gorgeous, look way better than any other Kardashians, including Kim. But she was black, so a lot of that racism and a lot of that hatred started to creep up on her. And Jaden Pinkett Smith, Will Smith came out, they defended her. We found out that Jordan Woods, family go way back with the Smiths. Her father was a big part of the show, worked on the crew of the show, and they built a friendship, and she was friends with the Smiths. I ain't know any of that. And so after that interview, Jordan Wood continued to be successful in the industry because Black America started to rally behind Jordan Wood. So now let's fast forward that Khloe Kardashian allegedly is pregnant by Tristan, and everybody was dragging her, pretty much calling her a clown and saying, how you pregnant, but you owe Jordan Woods an apology because you talking about you were done with him, you blame Jordan Woods and said Jordan was the reason why your relationship, your family have flopped and failed. But this is something that came up. Tristan Thompson, a woman claiming a paternity test is old and a one-time hookup before his Khloe days. So now he is coming out and admitting that he was with somebody for a one-night stand. And I'm going to read this on TMZ. And this just came out, I believe, some hours ago. Tristan did have sex with a woman saying he's her baby daddy, but it was years before she claimed, years before her baby was born, long before he began dating Khloe Kardashian, TMZ have learned. Now, this is some sources close to the NBA power forward tell us he had a one-night stand with this woman, Kimberly Alexander, sometime during the rookie season, 2011, 2012. So now the baby, the alleged baby, the kid in question is between 4 and 5 years old. You know, it's impossible for if they had that affair in 2011 and 12. This is way before that child was born. But the mother want a DNA test done at another lab because she said the one that she did get done that proved that he wasn't was the lab that the Kardashians used, and she feel like it's a fraudulent results. Fraudulent results. So now you got all this coming on, and this is what I tell you. I see you can't trust no man. I'm gonna just say man that kissed your friend and did it so freely. You can't trust a man that always sticking his peen in other people's puss. You just cannot. And I'm going to tell you this, Khloe should have used some common sense. It's like you're literally being made a fool of again, and it's that man. You can't blame no Jordan. Now, Jordan Woods ain't nowhere to be found, and your man still caught up in some scandals. And and this is what I want to say, and it's a complete hot mess because then people are saying there's our children, and I never understand successful men. Maybe I need to interview a lot of them and to see why don't you use a condom when you having relations, knowing that you're coming in multi-millionaire, you having sex with someone that is broke, you are a bank to them. So why do you, when you go in these rooms, do you think about that you possibly can get this woman pregnant and she possibly become a pain in your butt for 18 years, for 18 years worth of child support payments, or then you might have to deal with her getting a reality show? Do you really want to go through 18 years of pain for 8 minutes, probably 7 minutes of pleasure? Like you, and I really want to have a conversation because a lot of successful men are constantly getting caught up with women getting them pregnant, and they ended up in child support court paying hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they have to literally deal with that situation. So I'm like, why don't you put on a condom? It's not hard. Go to the store, get you a Magnum, put it on. If you need a Magnum, some of these guys need Trojan because some of them can't even fit a Magnum. Go get a Trojan, man. Go get a Magnum and be done with it. And go do what you got to do. And to make sure that you don't go out here and getting all these women pregnant and all these babies. Anywho, that just remind me, even with Future, he even got a baby. Anywho, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. Like, why are y'all doing this? And the women got to be embarrassed. And I do feel bad for Khloe, but I don't feel like really sad for her because the way how she did Jordan was kind of wrong because you took your man's side, knowing your man is a hoe, knowing your man put his peen, whatever you want, or put his lips or whatever he want to put his lips on. So you took his side, and now look at you. Now you're looking stupid. And they was dragging her on Twitter. They should have dragged her. She deserved to get dragged. And then too, you got to be real careful with them Kardashians because they are really good with storylines, creeping up stuff for a click and a view. They are really good in creeping up drama for that reality show, right? They will do anything. They'll get into a fake fight, whatever it takes for them to dominate the ratings, dominate the conversation. Because them Clark sisters, not Clark sisters. Lord have mercy. Please forgive me for saying Clark sisters. But them two, them Kardashians will do anything to keep their name ringing in them streets. They get surgeries, they get butt naked, they say they get avoid. You even get one that want to be an activist and want to get black folks out of jail. Whatever it takes for them to stay relevant, they will do it. Okay? If it's a low day, ain't nobody really talking about them, guess what? A scandal about to come out. Okay? Them Kardashians will do anything to stay relevant, all right? And their mama is right there behind the scenes doing it. Because that remind me when I read a book. Do I still got this book? Hold on, give me 1 second. Y'all know I got to go in my library. Let me open up my crate. Oh, is it right here? Hold up, y'all. Ooh, I got so much stuff in my bookcase. Okay, because that remind me when I read this book, Lamar Odom, Darkness to Light, and when he had OD, you know, he was a crackhead, OD'd on the drugs. He was in the hospital, and how the Kardashian literally had all the media folk there, and he really, anybody that deal with that family, I've seen some powerful black men turn into garbage once they start dealing with the Kardashians. Because it's something with that punani that the Kardashian have that take and suck out the manhood out of a man, suck out the power. You're going to leave crazy. It's just like when you dealing with them Kardashians, you got to be careful with that punani. It's just something about, it's just certain people, it's just some family got a corrupt punani, and it's just something when you get a taste of that, it's just like you lose all common sense. Okay. But of course they tried to use this man as a storyline, but then just look at him. You know, Lamar he's a crackhead, you know, but we're gonna pray for him, because when I read the book, I really had a good time reading the book. But I'm just saying, anybody that dealt with that family have not been successful. Either they hoes or they going crazy. They get into drugs, and you got to be real careful. Just really careful. Kanye West, he was an activist. He was a revolutionary. Now he didn't turn to something weird. He's unrecognizable. Now he don't know if he want to be Pentecostal. He don't know if he want to be a Baptist preacher. He don't know if he want to be a fashion icon. I mean, he look like a homeless man with that stuff he doing. It's just a lot with that family. I'm just saying, be very careful. And I never really seen a man like change the Kardashians for better. They have always been very destructive. They have a stronghold in that family, and it's a certain spirit in that family that you got to be careful when you go down on that family. I'm telling you, you go down that family if you want to. But you know, Kanye was kind of weird. He was weird before he met Kim, but he even got weirder, if that's a word. All right. So let's move right along, and we will have the phone lines open up. So please, people, get ready. Put your babies to sleep. Put your man to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Give them some head before you hit the link, because I want y'all to have silence in the background when y'all call in. All right. And then, of course, you know, Kanye did lose his mom. So that was another thing that made him lose the screws in his head. You know, he kind of forgot that he was black, and he's talked really weird. He want to be so deep, and you don't understand him. We're talking crazy, but he do got bipolar. And when you get that bipolar, you think you making a lot of sense. With you and them voices, you making a lot of sense. But to the public, you ain't making no sense at all. Because he do got bipolar. That's one thing he do have, and I have bipolar, so I know how it can be. You could be so creative, and you ain't really sleeping like that. You could just be very manic, and you could just be making up random stuff, saying slavery ain't real and all that type of stuff. So we gonna pray for that family, Lord. Bless them right then and there. All right, so we're gonna move on to this next story, but this is what I gotta say about Khloe. Get it together, Tristan. Get it together, Khloe. And I hope and pray that baby is not his. I really hope so, because I really would hate to see that woman go through this another embarrassing moment, even though that Kardashian going to turn into another storyline. So they always going to turn a mess into a storyline. Let's get into Jay-Z, the hip-hop mogul, is in the news because allegedly he have a 28-year-old daughter. Is it Letitia Macer? A 28-year-old secret daughter. And I'm going to put their picture up. She's saying he is the daddy. Okay. So she took an ancestry test, and in doing that ancestry test, it's proved that she's related to his grandmother. The grandmother pulled up on the family tree, Jay-Z grandmother. So let's go and watch the video. And shout out to my producers. They put me on this story when it first popped, when nobody was talking about it. And I ain't listened to that producer. So I'm going to have to send her an apology, because I was like, girl, he ain't got no baby. But then again, everybody talking about it now. All right, so let me go to the video and check this video out. And this is what she had to say. All right, so y'all definitely seen that. And the auntie, which is Letitia Macer's mother's sister, had this to say. Let's play the audio of what she had to say. Let's play it right now.
Because when she was a little girl, and I used to mess with her all the time. about how she looked like Jay and everything. She would cry. She wouldn't want me to come around or nothing. Me and Lisa stayed with each other constantly. It's saying a lot of comments back and forth about Tisha and about people wanting money and so on and so forth about this situation with Jay. No, listen to me. Way back when me and Jay-Z and all us used to hang out, he wasn't even big then. He was bony up. He was look. Get nobody. I didn't know he was gonna blow up the way he is. Well, we just used to chill. I don't know nothing about what's gonna happen in his life the way he is now. But the thing of it is, when it comes down to him and my sister and the relationship, yeah, they had a relationship. They used to lay up in my crib constantly, all the time. There's a couple more people in Cambridge that was there. I can't say their names because I don't know whether they allow me to say things, say their name and stuff about, but that we all was in the house and stuff together. It was about 13, 14 of them came down out the city from somewhere. I don't know where they came from. New York, Philly, some daggone where. I don't know. Love, Jay-Z, Panama, DeHaven, a little bit more. The one that killed the woman and put her in the chair. I don't forgot all of the names. Shit, my 20-year-old was 9 months old when all of that went down. Ariel was 10. Tisha was about 8, a little bit underneath for Ariel. So when we tried to contact Rockefeller, because I'm the one called. Me and Lisa at my house on Greenwood Avenue in Cambridge, Maryland. I called Rockefeller. I called several places, actually. The last place I called was Rockefeller, and this is what they said to me. The man said, do you know how many people call here a week and say they Jay-Z baby dad? They Jay-Z baby daddy? So that meant he was slinging ding-a-ling everywhere. Just like when he was in Cambridge, he was slinging ding-a-ling everywhere. But believe it or not, him and Lisa had a relationship. He liked her. They walked up and down the street holding hands and stuff like that. Y'all young people, y'all young bucks don't know nothing about it. I'll be 59 my birthday. 59. Y'all young bucks don't know nothing about it. I know all about it. Him laying up in my crib and everything with my sister. Yes, he did. He had a relationship with, and far as Tisha, wanting him to know about money, nothing of the sort. It was all about the respect for her dad, the man that raised her, which I'm not going to call his name either, out of his respect, because that's what it was back then. It was respect for her father. Her father, the man that raised her. So didn't nobody want to start problems and get shit going. It's a whole lot of y'all asses on your cheated on your mother back in the day. Y'all were laying up with them mothers that came down here. Half of y'all girls in Cambridge was laying up with those boys. Now, I can't remember whether I laid up with one or two of them. I can't remember, so I ain't gonna lie. Because it's been over 20 years ago. But a whole lot of y'all gals in Cambridge laid up with those boys. You might not laid up with Jay-Z, but Lisa did. And whoever else laid up with. My cousin Tony laid up with him. He asked Tony to marry him, but Tony didn't marry him. Tony went with William Animals. I mean, what's his name?
Baby, this auntie is spilling tea. Baby, the auntie is spilling tea. But let's continue to listen. Oh my Lord, this is too much. They spilling old tea, baby. They spilling 20 plus years of tea. This is old school tea.
Chill. Vanessa Lewis' brother. That's who Tony was in love with. Because he messed with Tony Lewis. Tony Annals too, my cousin. Yeah, he did. He asked her to marry him. Like I'm telling you, he asked her to marry him. And she did not. Okay. And when it comes down to, again, us waiting, we didn't wait. We tried. Tisha was about 6 or 7 years old. Like I'm telling you, 6 or 7. We were ordinary people. What were we supposed to do? When the man said, do you know how many people call here and say Jay-Z their baby daddy? We left it alone. He said, I suggest y'all get a lawyer. That's exactly what he said to me on the phone. Lisa was sitting in my house. I don't understand why the people that don't know about what went on in Cambridge gets on Facebook and talk all of that shit. Y'all don't know what happened. You don't got no business calling their names or saying none of that stuff. Because really what I'm sitting here telling you is the truth.
Lisa got MS a couple years ago. They keep saying Why would he mess with somebody who was sick like that?
He didn't mess and back then when he was dating Lisa was not sick. Lisa was young and vibrant, beautiful, just like she is now. She just has MS now. That's it. But far as all the other stuff that people talking and calling that girl names and saying she want money, it ain't nothing about no money. Oh, y'all the ones that sitting there talking, y'all jealous, y'all haters. Y'all wish y'all had want to get some money, but it ain't even about that because she ain't even after that. She's not even after no money. Her mom's sick. She want to know who her family is, who her dad is. You understand what I'm saying? And no, her mom didn't let her know back in the day. Just like I'm saying to y'all. Y'all start on your man too, and you know you did. Y'all, those dudes that came down, they was from house to house. Don't need no need in lying about it. But I know some of you that did it was niggas. Yes, you was. And you probably some of y'all done put babies on these dudes in Cambridge. That's not those baby daddies. They're those guys from up there that came down there with them boys. No shit now. Y'all want to be talking about other people. You can't talk about other people. You talk about yourselves, what y'all done now. A lot of y'all done shit too. Yeah, she had a boyfriend, which was this man that stepped up to be Tisha's dad, stepped up to the plate to be the man, but to be her father. But y'all done the same thing. Y'all was out there messing around with those boys too. You just didn't lay up with Jay-Z. She just happened to get pregnant by him. And now it's coming out and you're hating. That's all it is. That's all it is. It ain't nothing else. Because for real, if any of y'all you really want to know who your baby daddy is, some of you should go right now and try to find out really who y'all baby dads is and who your real dads are. That's what a lot of y'all should do too. In that case, because for real, I mean, so a lot of people living lives in Cambridge when it comes down to who your daddy is and who your daddy is. If they want to get down to it, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I got 2 kids, Ariel and Canberra. Toby, one of them daddy. Yeah, Toby, one of them daddy, and Cardell, one of them daddy. I know who my kid's father is. Yeah, I do. And Lisa knew back then too. I ain't talking about y'all and saying shit. She knew it was Jay-Z back then. We tried. Everybody was saying she didn't try. Oh, we tried. Oh, yeah, we tried. We tried. But we were just ordinary people, just like we just ordinary people right now. We ordinary people. And it came out. It came out. And now, if a lot of all of that, them games and the shit that went down back in the day came out in Cambridge, a lot of people be in trouble. Yeah. And then, back then, it wasn't easy to just step up and get a DNA test by a star. It's not easy today to do that. You got to go through all kinds of channels. And when you ain't got no money, what you supposed to do? I mean, it is what it is. But I'm just saying, far as people calling her names and saying stuff about her mom and stuff like that, Lisa worked all her life real hard. Worked all her life. Tisha never tried to ask for nothing from that man. Lisa never tried to ask. The thing of it, when we tried to let Jay know, but I'm gonna let y'all know, Jay already knew. He already knew that child existed. He just chose not to come about it. He just chose not to deal with her because another man has stepped up to the plate, which a lot of men doing right now. So y'all can't sit up there and talk about that girl because you're going to say, oh, she didn't know who her baby was. Yes, she did. She just let another man raise the child, because just like a lot of y'all doing now. Because a lot of y'all got put babies on boards. Them not them boys' babies. Not them boys' babies. They raising somebody else.
Hey, y'all know
what you say? Lisa was always a hard worker. Yes, always. She always worked hard.
He didn't say about Wiley. Okay. But I mean, but when it comes to the baby, he even said things about Victor.
Alrighty. It's sometimes I wish my mama was a groupie. I wish she was down there, got smashed by Jay-Z or R. Kelly. That make me no difference, whichever one. I wish. Somebody asked me, is R. Kelly really my daddy? I can't even joke no more. But let's stick to this story. Okay. So here you go. Here you see Letitia and you see Jay-Z. So one thing that is making her story pick up a lot of traction when she took that ancestry DNA test, because the grandmother pulled up on the family tree. We're actually doing the ancestry the one as well. We're doing that. I'm in the process of doing that. I will record it and everything, and I will put that part of the documentary. Like no one would know what the results would be into that drop. Because someone told me, I think that if your father or someone from that side puts up on the tree, it's a possibility that that person is your father. So I think that is a great tool. It's a cheaper tool to use just to see if you got some type of connection with that family. So when she took that ancestry test, if that is real, his grandmother pulled up on there. So this is why her story is getting more traction from the Impressive channel, from other steps, from other blogs, is being taken serious because she took that ancestry test. One second. That way, this one, and in the other room. And they're just and it's just like that way right there. So it's like the same way. Buttercup, hush, because you're not gonna do nothing but just bark. Like you could just hush up, because you ain't gonna do nothing. All right. All right, thank you so much. No problem. All right. Stop that. Because you ain't gonna do nothing. I'm gonna give me another dog. Give me a pit bull. Because all you do is bark. You ain't gonna bite. Shut up. All right. Okay. So as you all can definitely see that whoever is helping her really want this to be true. They got a lot of thing in investing in this. So, and then her mom have MS. And so people were dragging the mother and talking about Jay-Z will never have sex with somebody that is sick. First of all, we're talking about 28, 29 years ago, right? This is when she was healthy, when she was looking good. I mean, when they were young. So people, again, this generation don't do their research. They don't do math, and they talking about, oh, he would never have sex with someone MS. No. She did not have MS 28 years ago. We talking about 28. She's not a 6-year-old person. She's a grown adult, almost in her 30s, right? So no. So during that time, Jay-Z was pushing drugs. He was a drug dealer. So he would go to that little area in Maryland, and he was there. It's actually been reported that he had been there, right? And so the aunt, I don't think the aunt is lying. I think the aunt know what she's talking about. I think she's very credible because she was naming names, and she said, listen, this before that Jay-Z was famous. This is when he was a drug dealer. And she was naming stuff, and then she even spilled tea that the crew even impregnated a whole lot of other women that was in the area that they were at. So I don't think the aunt is lying. I really do believe the aunt called Rock Nation, and like she said, you got to have money to go get a paternity test, especially back in the 90s. You had to have coins. It's not like now where you go on social media and you go viral. You really had a lot of channels to go into. Jay-Z stayed down here. He was a regular. He sold drugs in DC. Are they crazy? And okay, so it is what it is. So that's why I need some people that know what they talk about to call in, hit the number 646-716-8447. But sorry for the interruption. We had to make sure we get the exterminated because, you know, in Dallas, they have ants. You know, I've learned, like in Texas, they have an ant problem. And thank God that we have exterminators, because I'm like, child, I can't deal with no ants. I said, well, you got ants? Well, at least it ain't roaches, but ants, I don't like ants, roaches, anything like that. Anyhow, So sorry for the interruptions. Everyone, we all know he was here. So I'm gonna open up the phone lines, and if anybody want to call in, you can call in. Do I believe that is his daughter? I absolutely probably believe it's a strong possibility that is his daughter. It's a strong possibility, and if it is, I think that would be a blessing for her. For her, because maybe he can probably help the mom with her MS, and the daughter is not. But this is the thing, though. Let me say this. Because me and my producers, we reached out for Letitia for an interview, and they sent us a link for payment. So, hey, I told one of my producers when she reached out, she said, "Well, I can put $300. You put $200. We could offer $500 for an interview." I said, "No, I don't want to offer like no interview. For no interview. I'm not gonna pay for an interview. I'm sorry, I'm just not gonna do it. So anybody that get the interview, I just do commentary off the interview, but I'm not going to pay no $500. That can go towards my root canal, go towards my crown that I got to put in my mouth, all that type of stuff. I'm not going to pay for no interview. But when she sent us the link back to an interview, I said, I don't know. Because if you want your story out, if you smart and you want to get the attention to Jay-Z, do free interviews as many people that will offer your story, and you keep going on with the ancestry test so it can pick up traction. Don't be charging people, because then the bloggers are going to turn on you and say that you clout chasing. So make sure, if you were smart, and this is why it's good to have good people behind you, because if I was managing Letitia, I would definitely tell her, unless she did write a book as well, I would tell her, listen, do as many free interviews as possible just to force him to get a DNA test to do it. Eventually, this is not the first time Jay-Z had to deal with somebody that said he was their papa. It was a son that it was a guy that was claiming that Jay-Z was his father, and that story got shut down. So you got to be very careful, because you're dealing with a billionaire. You're dealing with somebody that have a powerful family, and it will mess up that picture perfect image of a family man. And he just got over that whole dealing with Becky in the elevator gate. Okay, so this will be bad for Beyonce brand if Jay-Z got an oldest daughter. They're going to blame Beyonce. You know how crazy these people is. Even though Beyonce she was in girls' time when Jay-Z was slinging that ping in that woman puss, allegedly. They're going to blame Beyonce about this. And it's unfortunate, because the man here get a pass and Beyonce name will get dragged. You see, they dragging the one with MS. The man hardly ever get any type of thing. They're going to blame Beyonce. That was Beyonce's fault. Even though Beyonce was in girls' time. She wasn't nowhere thinking about no Jay-Z. He was selling crack. They was trying to sell some records. They was doing talent shows. So leave Beyonce out of it. Please don't mention her name. She was in girls' time. Whatever, allegedly, I don't know. All right, let's go to the phone line. 3071. Is this Jay-Z? 3071.
Hello.
Is this Jay-Z? Okay, no, this ain't Jay-Z. I thought this was Jay-Z. Go ahead, sister.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm not believing the story. And I want to get her name again so I can look it up on Ancestry, since that's what she's using. And sometimes you can't even go by Ancestry. It'll bring up other people with the same name, and you think it might be that person. So I'm not believing what she says. And also the whole child support thing. I mean, the whole DNA thing. The mother could have. This is just what I'm saying. The mother could have filed with her county or her state child support. They would have made him do a paternity test, and it would have been solved then. I feel for her, because she may be going through some money issues, and her mother had MS, and I've been there where a relative is where my mother was sick, and you just go through a lot. But I'm not believing the story, and here it is, another young lady is using herself for clout. And if they sent you guys a link saying, here, pay for this story, if you really feel like that's your father, you wouldn't be asking for anyone to pay you to tell your story at all. Just my thoughts.
I feel you on there. And I would say this, maybe the mother wasn't educated enough to know that. And especially when Jay-Z was very powerful, some people, even with the aunt, I do believe the aunt called Rock Nation. I do believe, or Ring Rockefeller, I do believe she called and contacted them. It's just that aunt had so much information. And I do believe that he was there. Now, to nip this in the bud, man, I think he do need to just take the DNA test, because if this story continue to pick up,
these people are from Philly.
No, for Maryland, like
I'm sorry, did you say these?
Maryland, like that.
Oh, state.
And he was there, like allegedly was there because he was
people,
pushing drugs.
Those up north people, they're smart. She's smart. I learned a lot of stuff from people up north.
But that's back in the 90s, though, ma'am, too. Right. That's like in the early 90s.
It don't matter. It don't matter. If you saying Maryland, like DMV area, all that stuff, no. I'm that mother knew. Those people, they up north, they have some hustles. So,
I really believe that mom. I really believe that mother reached out to that Jay-Z, and Jay-Z wasn't interested. And I think to keep the peace, I think that mother just let it go. I think once she gotten sick, I think the daughter just went on and took the ranch and want to know, to be factual. Because, you have a lot of women can keep a lot of secrets. That's number one. And y'all really good at keeping secrets. Even my own mother, when I bring up 5, I can call her right now. Whole attitude gonna change. Just let it go. Don't worry about it. Because that's a secret that she don't want to go down with. So it is some women out here that will keep a secret about who their baby daddy is, regardless of what it is. Because I look at my own mother. Anytime I bring her, and I'll be 30 November 11. Anytime I bring daddy, who my daddy is, she get very defensive. She don't want to go down that road, and I know it's a secret. Eventually I'm gonna crack it open, and it might be embarrassing for her, but every child should know who their father is, whether he a crackhead or whether he a pimp or whether he a multimillionaire. Every child is deserving of that. Now, some mothers don't know. Some mothers don't know who their baby daddy is because they was just out there doing everything. They was doing with a lot of people. Some don't even know. So I get it. And I even, so in this case, I do believe that child is not just saying this for clout. She had been hearing this for years from aunts, from different family friends. I just think to nip this in the bud, Jay-Z should do that DNA test. I think that's the only way we can resolve this. Or somebody in that family can do a DNA test too. It don't have to necessarily be Jay. It could be a cousin. It could be his brother, whomever, if he, have close family members, can do it as well, just to see.
True.
And I don't think she's doing it for money. I just think that literally she want to know who her daddy is. And people kept telling her, you look like Jay. The aunt kept saying it. And the aunt sounds very credible. And the reason why the mother is not speaking, because the mother have MS. So she can't. She's not healthy enough and strong to even to communicate that. So the sister knows she was there. And she said, hey, I probably slept with some of them, but it was 20-some years ago. And I don't think the aunt was doing it for clout. I just think the aunt just got tired. I think she got tired of them talking about her sister, saying, because it was some nasty tweets. Who would have sex with somebody with MS? Jay-Z would never have sex with a sick woman. And they didn't know that you're talking about going back 28, 29 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So, you're going back when your mama was in her 20s. I'm just saying.
Right. Oh, and if anybody is offended by my comment saying that people up north are smart, you shouldn't even be offended by that. If nobody from up north, New York or whatever has taught you a hustle and has helped you get money, then you're lost. So don't be offended by that comment. I don't know if you want me to say that they're stupid.
No, I'm just, you have a right to your opinion, because I even say it myself, and we're gonna go to the next caller, ma'am, that Dallas, Texas kind of slow, and they there. I think people up north are a little bit smarter. I've said that. A lot of people in Dallas, Texas got bad at me. I'm talking about y'all a little slow in the South. Y'all a little slow down here, and I think y'all need to get caught up with the time.
Fast talkers up north, and everybody know that if you don't have a relative up north that can put you on game or whatever, then
I'm from up north. I was born in Chicago. I've said it. I went in many different ways. I said, y'all, let's slow down here in Texas. Why y'all ain't got no buses and train 24/7 like up north? And this is a big city. They were so excited years later to have a train that goes to the airport. I'm like, Chicago had this 30, 40, 50 years ago. Get caught up with the time. You know, I said that, you know, but I had to leave that because them white folk were looking at me like, okay, then you keep on talking, you're going to be hanging from a tree. So I had to leave that. But I did say it around some white folk. I said, y'all, let's slow down here. And I told some black folks, y'all did get the news from slavery late. Everybody else was free. And y'all didn't even know y'all was free until a long time. And then y'all celebrate when y'all got the news late. Okay, I'm just saying that. Let me move on because, you know, I don't want to get nobody offended.
Have a great day.
But thank you so much, ma'am.
Have a great
All
day.
right, let's go to the phone lines. 5439 caller, you on the air.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hey, Wiley, how you doing? This is Miss Fats.
Okay, go ahead. What you have to say about it, sister?
I want to talk about the other caller. She did have some good point of views, but I was right with you when you say I don't think she's doing it for clout because I'm just like her. You have a parent that sometimes they will never tell you. They will take it to their grave. Who your father is. I'm 43 years old. Still to this day, I can't watch certain paternity court cases without feeling like that's me. That's me. You understand? You feel really deep. And if I had an opportunity to say, you know, I've tried to reach out to like people on Facebook that may be kin to them. Like you said, you can go through a brother. Like, I don't want anything from you. I just want to know who my father is, because maybe there's somebody on your father's side, like your cousin or your grandparents or your auntie or your uncle, who doesn't feel the same way that your dad may feel. That's not fair to just take away a whole side of a family because one member, even though that member may be your father, doesn't want to be in your life. That doesn't mean the other ones feel the same way.
Right.
So she should have an opportunity. And right now, if she want to get paid for an interview, I get what you're saying about that. But just like she said, like the other caller said, this is people up north because, or you all feel like if you're from Chicago, I'm from South Carolina. So you feel like you're from the big states or up north, you got a certain kind of hustle. No, you got the hustle that you need to do for where you live. And a lot of times people from up north or big cities try to bring that same hustle to the South and get spanked. So there's no understanding that people in the South doesn't have their own hustle as well. You just have to learn how to see if your hustle is going to work wherever you try to hustle at, you know?
It does work, but you have to be careful though. You're right, because it's a different approach. I'm a hustler. Like, I know how to get money and I know how to survive. You know, I have a good survival instinct for what I learned in Chicago. You can't necessarily do it like you did in Illinois, but you have to do it a different approach. But hustler is a hustler regardless of whatever you go, right? But I do feel that we, in this particular case, we have to understand that it's a possibility that possibly is her father. And I think in order to shut that up, Jay-Z can just do a paternity test and just nip it in the bud. But if he knows, if this would let me know if he knows the truth and he just don't want to take the test, if he try to beat around the bush. If he try to beat around the bush, then he know it's some truth there.
Yeah. I think he should take the paternity test. And as far as her, if she have an opportunity to actually get money for an interview, I understand, just get the information out. Hopefully he gets in contact with you. But the hustle to surviving, we're in a pandemic. Shit, if you can get money for an interview, get that money. You know what I'm saying? You're going to call her stupid for not trying to get the money. You understand? Like,
well, I see your point.
Still get your money. What the fuck?
I see your point, because a hustle. Right, because if you
pandemic.
Right, if you do have a hustle and all that type of stuff, I do feel you on that. You know what I'm saying?
Now, don't hate on that girl because she's trying to get a little money off her store. Especially, listen here, Wiley, if you drop that $500, check it out. If you was to drop it, she said, you know what? I'm going to do it. And then they find out that this girl is Jay-Z's daughter. Do you know what kind of investment you made in yourself?
Oh, yeah.
By being the one that she came on to.
That is an investment.
You have to invest in yourself.
You're exactly right on that too, because I did think about
Look
that.
Look at that girl's picture. Look at the picture.
Let me put the picture back up. Here we go. Where is it at? Boom.
Look at that picture.
This
Jay-Z brother and auntie
and if that's his daughter, you're gonna see where her integrity gonna lie, because everybody gonna talk to her. The reason why mainstream media, because I do call different ones, the reason why they're not touching this, they want a DNA test done. And once a paternity suit, once she sued for a paternity test and they actually go on that, then you will see them pick it up. And if it's proven that that is the door, every major news outlet will pick it up. And all the bloggers that did the hard work, they're going to poop on them and act like they ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's unfortunate right now, because they don't give bloggers our just due. But that's why mainstream media.
What if there's a small blogger that does that little thing instead of thinking, oh no, and then she happens to actually be this man's child?
Wow.
The way when you listen to this auntie, listen here, I know a liar.
Mm-hmm.
The way this auntie was talking, that information was flowing off of her memory, off onto her tongue.
Yes, it was.
It did not sound like she was trying to add anything or take anything out of that story. She was giving the straight meat and potatoes. You ask her a question, she answered. That's how she was giving. She was like, if I'm going to do this, you could tell her mind. She was like, I might as well just give the meat and potatoes. I don't think the aunt is lying.
No, I don't think the aunt is lying. But if anybody is from that area in Maryland, hit the line and talk, because y'all going back and y'all know, because the streets be talking. And the aunt starts spilling tea, talking about a lot of these fathers of these kids. They ain't really the father. It's the crew that Jay-Z and his crew impregnate a lot of women down there. So she is not lying. She saw what she saw. And I think people have to realize, I think they're thinking about Jay-Z today. They're not thinking about Jay-Z 20 years ago. Even like your mom. A lot of people like, my mom ain't like that. Yeah, she probably ain't like that now because she saved. But go back 20 years ago, she probably was out there doing the thing. You have to go back in that era. You can't judge a person how they is today. You have to go back what they're talking about. They're talking about going back 28, 29 years, almost 3 decades ago. You have to go back, not now. Because he wasn't a mogul 28, 29 years ago.
Listen here, my mom told me that this man was my father. This is the name on my birth certificate. I remember in 5th grade, we went to the doctor's office. I was wondering why she was picking me up. I was like, why is she picking me up from school? Normally, she'd tell me if we're going to the doctor's office. I remember this day, we walked in the doctor's office. I saw my dad, the man that was on my birth certificate, and me and my mom. But my dad didn't really say anything to me. It felt kind of funny. I was like, okay. I remember going in the office. I remember us taking shots and blood was drawn. I was like, damn, my mom didn't even tell me about this appointment. Long story short, we left the doctor's office, blah, 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 blah. Your dad is sorry. You look just like his family and shit like that. Then like I was watching all these shows coming up on talk shows. You are 99.9%, you're the father. And so, I started thinking, did we take a DNA test in the 5th grade? This lady lied to me all my life, still to this day. She tells me she doesn't care what a DNA test says. That man is my father, and that's who my father is.
I can understand it from experience. From speaking, go ahead, sister.
So some women, they will take it to their grave.
They will take it to their grave.
You can't compare everybody's mom to your mom.
You cannot.
Your mom, you could see your mom doing that because you know who your dad is.
Right.
But there's some women that,
my mom is the same way. Like, they very secretive. They would beat around the bush. I can call her right now, and she would beat around the bush. Get over it. It's a long time ago. Move on with your life.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Because she don't want to go back to that era. You try to block it out, but it is what it is.
It's her problem. It's her story. And I said, no, it's also my story.
Absolutely.
My story is.
So
if I hope she finds out just if it's yay or if it's nay.
It's a yay
because
or nay.
I am like her. I don't care if the person who I think I have an opportunity to, and you hear so many stories about who your father could be. When they want to tell your story, they'll tell you some story, then they'll say another story. You're like, now you're a liar, which you've always been a liar. But you know what I'm saying? So you don't even know what to believe. But if she can just find out that and knock him out of her doubts of, okay, no, he's not my father. Knock that story out. You know, actually put a strong X on it. Like, okay, that's not the truth, because you really don't know what to believe if you don't know who your father is.
Absolutely. And that's an identity thing. And I'm almost 30, and it's like a void, and you always want to address it. And like I said, I want to address it. Then you do the ancestry, then you do the tracking. And then when you go deep, you got to be prepared, because you uncovering some secrets of 3 decades. And baby, you got to be strong enough when you uncover those secrets. But in order to have closure, you should, you know, and I think every mother should tell their adults, who they father, even if they kids, let them know, because when they get older, and if you lied and put it, can damage that relationship. It can damage that father or mother bond, or that mother and daughter bond, for you lying like that. And if you know the truth, just say it. And if you don't know, it's okay. Say that too. And we can address that. But just avoiding it and lying because you don't want to be made into being a liar or a hoe or whatever the case may be, that child is deserving to know the truth. Whether they're an adult or whether they're a child, they deserve to know the real truth. And don't lie to your child talking about this today, because eventually it's going to get caught up. Somebody going to slip up and tell the real tea, and that's going to destroy the relationship. Possibly, it could be a strong possibility that the relationship can be tarnished forever. And I've seen some families like have in that predicament right now.
And you see how the auntie said she had already found a man who was willing to, you know, to be the active father in her life. That's what those women used to do back then.
Yeah.
You know, it's some people right now that's probably thinking, oh, no, not me. And the dad, even if their dad died or already died, or I'm not going to wish this upon anybody, but the person who you think is your dad may not be your dad. If you haven't had a DNA test to prove it, I'm sorry, baby, you can't trust your mama. I don't care if she is the first lady, the usher, queen of usher board. Assalamu alaikum, pray 5 times a day. She cover up, you can't see nothing but her eyes when she walk out in the street. I don't care who she is. If you don't have a DNA test, you can, baby, you don't know if that's your daddy if you don't take a DNA test. You can't go by looks.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in, sister. All right.
All right, then you have a nice day.
All right, you too. The number is 646-716-8447. And this story is picking up traction. Like I said, other big blogs, the Impressive Channel have picked this up, and other channels have picked it up as well. So this is no longer just on Lipstick Alley. Other big blogs have picked this story up. So I really do believe that it is some truth in it. In order to nip it in the bud again, I think it needs to come out. And some of the Jay-Z friends, close friends of the era, even said that child is his daughter, that woman is his daughter. So you have to put that into account. I hope she finds out who her father is. But if I was Jay-Z, I wouldn't be running, taking to end for every person saying I'm the father either. I think about that part it plays in a family, like facts. And then that's the case too. But like I said, this situation is kind of different. I just and I think some of his advisors will say, "Oh man, you gotta be careful because everybody in the woodwork will be coming out." So, but I think he need to do this secretly, and who knows? He probably have already been in the process of doing this, and she probably have already signed the NDA. We shall see in the upcoming weeks, because you know how these rich folks operate. You know, Beyonce, power. You know, they have a powerful team around them, and they're working on as we speak. Probably on this story to resolve it, and they probably are going to handle this very secretly, and probably going to take it very secretly, and because they probably can get it done quick, fast, and hurry just to confirm if this is true or not. But if it is true, you can't hide it forever. Eventually, it will spill out that he is the father if he is. But if he's not, then that's going to come out as well. So we just want to see where this is going to end up. I am praying for her mother. Her mother had MS, and I'm definitely praying for her strength in this, because she's trying to find out who her father is, and yet her mom is sick. So it's all around very sad. This will be a blessing if Jay-Z is her father, because he can be a help to her and just be there. Opportunities will open up just because she is the daughter, the eldest daughter of Jay-Z. That it is what it is. Some people, will get opportunities of who they father, who their mother is. That's just unfortunate. If I become a multimillionaire and if I have children, a lot of doors will open up for my kids because of who I am and my stature in the world. Just like Meghan McCain, doors open up for her because her father was a senator. So let's not pretend like doors won't open up for her, because it will. Period, point blank. But if it's not, it's not. This ain't gonna be the first time someone came out and said someone famous was their daddy. I remember it was a guy that said Bill Clinton was his daddy, and it was proven that he wasn't, but they ain't stopped that man from doing all that talking. So this is not uncommon. A lot of famous folks, people come out and say that's the daddy and paternity test and proving that it wasn't so. But then it was some that said it was their father and proved that the paternity test came out that they was. So whatever the case may be, I'm definitely are going to stay on top of this story, and I'm making sure that whenever my producers or someone sent me a story like this, that I'm gonna sit down and look at it and not just push it to the side. Because I could have talked about this 6-7 days ago. I choose not to. I'm like, I don't believe it. Instead of me looking at it. What do you think about the girl store interview that said Meek is her baby daddy? What is proven with the man claiming Bill Clinton? I still think I think that was it. I think they did take something and prove that he wasn't. Last time I checked. I can recheck it, but that's what I believe that happened. If my spouse was constantly being asked to take DNA tests all the time, I wonder what kind of person they are. It will play a major part in our relationship. Yes, that's true. And this is one deep topic, which it is very deep. Because what it does is open up rooms and make you look like, well, Dick, let me call my mama and see who my daddy is. And some never even know the truth. Some never even know the truth of who their father is, or who they, you've got some don't even know who their biological mother is. So it goes that way. And how about the girl said she was Bill Cosby's daughter? You got a lot of people that will start it, and people will come out and they can come out with a good story and get clout. You know what I'm saying? I could easily go out and say, oh, R. Kelly is my daddy. My mom is from Chicago. They were smashed, and I put side by side pictures together, and that story can pick up traction. It's depending upon how convincing you are. I even did a little jokey joke, and people's like, is that for real? Is he your daddy for real? I was like, no, I'm just joking, allegedly, because I really don't know. Because if you don't know who your father is, you really can't say no without a doubt, because you don't know. And the thing about it is, if you don't know your father, you got to be careful smashing people, because you could be smashing and having relations with your sibling. Well, to talk about the man that claimed Jay-Z was his father a couple of years ago, what happened to him? That story got shut down. I do remember that. That story got shut down because when I went on the press channel, she brought that up and that refreshed my memory. I do remember that, and that got completely shut down. So you want to know for health stuff and all that type, you just want to know, because you can literally smash. There was stories came out, people fell in love with their sister or brother, and they didn't know that was their brother, because they didn't know who their father was, and they found out like, oh, they were actually related. So, you really got to be careful out here, and that's why it is so important to know who your loved one for health stuff, etc. It's just important to know. It's important to know. They said how it got shut down because Jay-Z pulled his power. It's easy. He pulled, when you're rich, it's a lot of people you can call, a lot of people that is loyal to you. When you successful, a lot of stories you can shut down. You know what I'm saying? If I was a powerful person, you can try to think and you can shut stuff down. Look how long Bill Cosby was able to get away when he got away with it, because a lot of things he was able to shut down. Period. That's why D.L. Hughley don't like Bill Cosby, because D.L. Hughley did an interview and pretty much called Bill Cosby a rapist. And Bill Cosby called the radio station, and that interview never seen the light of day. He shut it down. Some people have that power like that, and that's why a lot of women won't believe into decades, into their career start to dwindle down a little bit. And when a lot of media source where you really can't, they could just put stuff on the internet, could pick up traction, and money is that way. If you got money and power, a lot of different things that you can stop and get, and shut down. That it is what it is. That is how it is in this business. When you're dealing with powerful people, You know, if you ain't got none, it's be difficult. But if you have some, it's difficult. And money, success attract people. If I were to, you know, I use myself as an example. And when you all see when I get a couple of $1 million, when that happened, that they will be coming. Amen. So I'm gonna keep believing in that. You're gonna see it change. You're gonna see different type of people around me, people that you never would have thought. You were Wiley, because he got the money now. He got the success. He got the clout. He got, you know, you attract those people around you. It is what it is. Of course, you think you ain't got to beg if you are a multi-millionaire. No, you ain't got to beg for no interview. People will be banging on your door for shows. Once you got it, you can pay for it and bring all the best of the best to come in. That just the reality of it all. Period. Jay-Z better let out his secrets before. Oh wow. Okay. If it's no, you are not far, they are shut it down. Right. And if it's not, they will shut it down because that's tarnishing their brand. It makes them look bad. So they will shut it down. But if that person is proven to be the father, doors and opportunities will open up. Now it's up to that. Even with Oprah Winfrey, her situation was different because it was with a sibling. This is what I liked about Oprah Winfrey. They say half sister. I'm gonna just say sister. I don't like the half stuff. Her sister, where her mother had her and put this woman up for adoption, and this woman had all the tea for a long time, then shared with nobody and tried her best to get in contact with Oprah, but she got in contact with Oprah's niece, with the sister, one of the nieces, because that owned, I think, the barbecue restaurant. And eventually she had information and it got to Oprah. That sister could have been sitting on millions, could have sold that to the highest bidder, and she didn't tell a soul other than her close family members. They didn't tell media outlets, and Oprah was able to put the story out that she had a sibling. She was able to interview her mother and the sister and everything like that. So that do exist. It is a possibility that can be, but the way how they handle it, I wish everybody can handle it like that, but it don't be like that. Not everybody can handle it. Some folks, they got a little information like that, they're gonna sell it to the highest bidder. They're not even thinking long term. But now that sister, she kept quiet. Now she get gifts. She was able to go back to school and continue her education, etc., etc. So why do you think this is getting lit? I think that it's getting lit because there's some truth in it. Period. I think that it's getting lit because it has some truth in it. It is what it is. I think that it's getting lit because it's picking up traction. Whatever. I think probably I won't be shocked if Damon Dash is behind this. I won't be powerful people make moves. They push narratives. They be behind the scenes to push things. You know what I'm saying? So that could be a possibility. But that aunt came out and she sounded very convincing. So I do believe that's that DNA test will happen. I will do. I won't be shocked if we won't see that Letitia Macer doing interviews, because they can definitely shut that stuff down just like that. When you're powerful, you can do it. But I can't wait to see. So thank you all for coming out on the show today and having a conversation with us. And if you don't know what show you're listening to, here we go.
Exclusive. That's right. Bringing you the best in politics and celebrity gossip. This is the Wiley Show.
Y'all need to listen to that, okay?
Don't stop. Keep it going.
So it is what it is, and we should definitely see about that. I would love to know who my father is. Like, that's a journey. That's like everybody that say they don't. It's like a void that you want to close. And I think once you get close to your 30s, you think about that. You really want to close that. And that's something that I do want to close and everything like that. And you just want to know. It ain't about no money, because I can make my own money. It ain't about no thing. Calling somebody daddy. People call me daddy. You know what I'm saying? It's just of you knowing if that person is your daddy or not. Period. Point blank. Okay, that's all I want to know. You can forget about talking about child support money, all that type of stuff. It will help if you famous, you successful, especially me being in this business. That will help out. You know what I'm saying? It will help this show out a whole lot. But you want to know. You just want to know the truth. Period. Point blank. The Bible said the truth shall make you free. And it's just like you want to know if that person is your father. You want to know. I think everybody should know who their daddy is, who their father, who their mother is. Hell, some people don't even know who their mother is. Some people being raised by someone that ain't their mom. You know, this their aunt. It's some cases like that. So it's just let you know. You know, I got people calling me daddy. So it is what it is. So, you know, I ain't obsessed to come, you know. Let me stop. So he was calling me daddy last night, you know. Or was it Zaddy? I don't know. Or was I dreaming? I don't know. I hate how people reduce everything to a check, like family don't matter in discussion. Nobody should have to explain what they want to know. Right. They just want to know. You just want to know who your father is, who your pappy is. That's all. That is it. Okay, let me go ahead on. Patreon people will be live at 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll be live on Patreon, a little Friday night. We're not going to be long on Patreon, but it will be 9 p.m. So if you want to come over there, bring your questions. We will get into some things that we don't talk about on the main channel. So if you want to come on, join us for that special tonight at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. It will be live on Patreon. So I'm looking forward to seeing you all there. And if you missed the live, you know, you can catch the replay. So it's really gonna be lit. She needs to at least get paid for getting drug out of her on these social media streets. Yeah, she do. You facts. Oh Lord, let's go. Let me close out this show because this was lit. This was really, really lit. And I probably got to come back again for a whole nother episode, but we'll see what's going out there. If this get over 1,000 views, we'll probably come back for another video.
Yeah, hope y'all had a good time on the Wiley Show. And as always, hit that cash app at Marquise Wiley 28. That's MarquisWiley 28. Hit us up at PO Box 701122 Dallas, Texas 75370. Follow Wiley on Instagram at Wiley Show. Until then, see you next time.
You know what? Before I end this episode, I really want to know who my father is. I think once I know that, I will have closure. Y'all pray for me because I really want to know. I really want to know before my 30th birthday. So I will be doing an ancestry test. I would definitely, because I need to know that. I really, really need to know. And I probably need to get a private investigator too. I gotta dig because my mother ain't really telling me. Something ain't right. And I need to know. And with my mother, I gotta bring the results to it, and then she might open up. I'm gonna have to bring the evidence. Because with her, she ain't gonna open up unless you got the proof. I'm gonna have to bring the paperwork. Like, tell me about this and that. It is what it is. So, but I really want to know. I'm not joking about it. I don't know who my father is. So I'm really gonna have to. I'm gonna have to resolve that. I'm gonna have to do some digging, some more. I did some digging, but I'm gonna have to really dig. Babe, when you reach for them secrets, you got to be strong enough. But let me go. The phone lines was open. Y'all ain't really called in today. So I'm going to go and get my little exercise in. But I want to know who is my father. I really want to know. I think once I find that out, I'm going to do some digging. I'm going to go way back to the 80s and 90s. I'm going to see. I'm going to check with my friend. If we have any private investigators in the house, email me. Yeah, email me. Yeah, email me if we got any private PIs in the chat. Email me. Period. Point blank. Because I really want to know who it is. But come on, if you anybody else want to call in, we get this what it is because I'm gonna close because I do want to go and get my rest of my day started because I want to get ready. I can get ready for another show. This really makes me sad. Mine had issues and dad years ago, but I still knew. Can't imagine not knowing. Oh wow, they're doing testing. Mandatory COVID-19 testing will be done on Wednesday. Will be done on Wednesday, 5/20. All staff on eShop must be tested on the date and time listed. Ooh, baby. Ooh, ain't nobody better have no positive test results. Because they gonna, whew, especially in the nurse home. 8018, Carly on the air. Something didn't happen.
Hey,
go ahead, Carly. What's up?
Hey, this is D1. This is for Mouth Open and Autism Mommy. Hey, ladies. Okay, so back in the 90s, and I'm going to just talk briefly. Back in the 90s, if you grew up in the DMV, as you know, I grew up in D.C., a lot of guys, dudes from New Jersey, New York, used to come down to D.C. and they sold drugs because it was very lucrative down here at that time. And a lot of us, well, not a lot of women, I won't say that. There were some that did not. You know, there were some of us that got caught up with, you know, the guys that were coming down here, and I was one of them. Unfortunately, you know, and I can tell the story now because my life has totally changed and went in a totally different direction as far as my job is concerned. One of the guys that I dated, he was murdered, and a lot of them, that's how it was down here. And really, it was DC and Maryland. It was just lucrative. And my sister was one that did have a child with one of the gentlemen that were, he's out there, but I wouldn't dare call my niece's father's name. And back then it wasn't a question, you know, if you knew you did it, a lot of these guys, you know, they automatically said, okay, I know I was there majority of the time. Jay-Z was here. He was here just like a lot of those known drug dealers. He was here. As a matter of fact, one of my friends dealt with him. No, she does not have a child, thank God, but he was here. He was here in D.C. and he was here in Maryland. What that child is saying, her aunt, it's not far-fetched. He was here. And everybody knew who he was because back then, if you're from the DMV, okay, and you were in that lifestyle, like I said in the comments, everybody saw him. He was quiet, and he talked briefly about being a rapper. He wasn't like, no, the dudes, when they came down here, they wasn't like DC dudes. You know, back then, the guys that were out like that, they were just, no offense to my brothers in DC, but they were just like lively. You know, the guys that were from New Jersey, New York, they came down here because this was, you know, they had to get to know people. They were a little bit more mellow. But that man was here. He was here, and he dealt with quite a few women here. All of us have since then changed our lives. We have very good careers. He used to be at Howard University. There are too many places that he was seen at, and this is not when he was popular. This is when he was just a drug boy. The right thing for him to do is to find out if this is his child, because there's a strong possibility. Big Daddy Kane, he was another one.
Wow.
Of course, we know Biz Markie. It's all of them. Biz Markie lives in Upper Marlboro, isn't it? I think it's Upper Marlboro now. Big Daddy Kane. He has a child down here. DMX, as you all know, he has a child down here. They always came down here. They always dated women down here. Always. I mean, it's not but so much that I could say, because I would have to go too far in and tell stories, and someone may know somebody, but it's not a lie. There is a strong possibility that he could be her father. They always say that, just because they look like him doesn't mean that, but this child looks like him. And he was here at that time. So that was all I wanted to say.
I'm glad you said it, because, that aunt was very convincing, and
yes.
what she said.
She knew too much. And she was saying a whole lot. And I'm telling you, everybody knows how people are wherever they live at, but she was saying a lot. She was. And but didn't she say, I don't know, did she say that she didn't know if she slept with him?
Yeah, she said no, she didn't know if she slept with the other people in the crew, not Jay, like other people around in the circle.
See what I'm saying? They were here. They were here, and they were on a drug strip. They were up at Howard. Okay, they was up at American University. I'm telling you, they were here. And if you from here, they were here. And if you weren't in that lifestyle, which you did not have to be, it didn't matter if you went to school or not. They had a chick in every quadrant of the city. Now, that's no lie. So I'm just saying, let's not knock the child down, because, a lot of guys always say, that ain't my child. The ones that are yelling, that's not my child, that's not my child. Well, what was you doing there? There's a possibility that she can be. I'm just saying. That was all, Wiley.
All right, that's what the DNA test will definitely prove. And
exactly.
And this was during the drug dealer. This was during that era where a lot of adults were in their 20s. Y'all are in y'all 40s. Some is in their 50s. So you're going back 20, 30 years ago. You're a different space now, but we talking about going back.
When she said that they tried to get a DNA test, at first I was like, oh, you didn't try hard enough. And then it had to hit me. Back then, when, at that time, like especially the early 90s in DC, everybody knows how it was here. If someone like that denied, if you were told in that era that, okay, well, I'm not taking no test, there was always somebody that would step up, especially if they were in their life. And it would say, okay, that would get with the female and end up, raising the child as their own. There are a lot of children born like that, a whole lot of children. It's no different than today, except they had money. So what she said, whoever stepped up as the father, I'm telling you, the child is not lying. She's not lying. Okay, my sister was one of them that had a child by someone, and she is 25 years old, and he still takes care of her very much so.
Wow.
And he is married, and he has other children. He's from Jamaica, born by way of New York, and still comes down here. So what she's saying, I don't know if it's the child or not, but I believe that he did have dealings with her mother. I do. That was all.
All right. Woo. Thank you.
All righty.
30 plus years worth of tea. All right. Yo, I'm so glad I had to reboot that show. Okay. Woo. Wow. Anybody else want to spill some beans and all that type of stuff? Because I wasn't born. I was born that I was a baby going back in the early 90s. I was 1 year old, 2 years old. 1993, I was 3. 1994, I was 4. 1995, I was 5. 1996, I was 6. 1999, I was 9. So in that area, I was a kid. But, you're going back, in an area back when your mama or aunts were young, in it. How can a woman sleep with a man first night unprotected and not take precautions? Maybe the condom broke, but some didn't really use condoms like that. Some to this day really don't use condoms. You know, it feels better without a condom. It is what it is. Some don't like using condoms. They say it don't feel right. Even some women have even told me, I don't like to use condom. It don't feel right. So I made sure to get on PrEP and all that stuff. It's some women out here don't like condoms, period, because they say it don't feel the same. They like it raw. You know what I'm saying? It is. It happens or it breaks. You know, I've had a couple break in my day, so it happens. It do break. And sometimes it get lost, break and lost. I'm like, where's that? It is what it is. It all depends upon how tight. And then sometimes you can be horny. You don't want no condom. I had condoms in my bag, but sometimes when you in it, and they ripping and licking and lapping, you forget all about a condom. That's why I highly suggest you get on PrEP if you're negative and take the precautions to get on PrEP. You know, prepare just in case. I take PrEP daily. And shout out to Kurt Myers from Valiant Prosperity. He said, get on PrEP. You know, just in case you have a slip up, you have you want to be just in case, you know what I'm saying? But you want to make sure that you check for bumps, check the meat, you know, make sure she ain't bumping, check there ain't no sores and pus and all that. You want to be observant and check, you know, and all that. If you got somebody with bumps and sores, you don't want to go down on that stuff like that. Check the meat. Check, you know, you got to be careful when somebody got bumps and bruises and sores and pus and all. You don't want to be going down on it. You're gonna get sick, you know. But you got to be very, 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 very careful. And it's not the only thing you can get. Babies, you can get herpes, you can get slurpees, you can get derpies. It's just so many herpes. Did I say that already? The claps, you know, as they say, you know, all type of stuff that you can get. You know, it's just a lot of things you can get other than HIV, you know, and that's why it is so important to be careful being in those type of people. Just be careful. You got to be careful. And the best way, the safe way is abstinence. Okay. That's 100% proof that you can't get nothing like that if you abstinent. You know what I'm saying? You ain't doing nothing. That's the safest way. Get you some petroleum jelly and, you know, petroleum jelly and get it and whack it, or get you some toys. There's plenty of things. You know, I'm even getting me some different type of toys. I really want to get me a pole and a tire, some chains and stuff. A lot of stuff I do want to get, but this room is too small for that. But once I do get me a big house, I'm definitely gonna have a room. I'm gonna call that my playroom with all my special devices. This extra video I'm listening while cleaning the house. You are truly innocent. Give me an extra with toys and everything like that. But we talking about the Jay-Z thing, Jay-Z situation, and the woman that's alleging that she is his daughter. So we were talking about that, and we had somebody to call in and said it's a possibility. It is a possibility. Now I can understand why he will not claim her, because it will make him look crazy, because a lot of people will blame Beyonce. Beyonce don't want this to be true. She wants this to be buried. Because if Beyonce get blamed, you know, it makes her image look bad. Media gonna suck this up because everybody's quarantined. So if this proven that he is, everybody gonna be talking about this. And Beyonce probably definitely tell him to hush up, especially her publicist. Say, don't say nothing. But I will say this: he could just go on and take the DNA test and just get it done with. Okay. It is. But if she his child, he needs to sometimes. And he do need to help her. Period. Point blank. Especially to find out that he already knew and that he just didn't do nothing. I mean, you need to do something. And it's okay. It's okay. You're not gonna be the first man to have a child and all that type of stuff like that. Like, come on. It is what it is. But if you know, I'm listening. I'm not blaming Beyonce for a baby he made while she was a baby herself. Right. But you know, the public that ain't got no sense, they gonna blame Beyonce. They gonna blame her. They gonna blame her. You know, they're gonna blame her. It is just, you know how it goes, because it's more entertaining to blame the superstar. You know what I'm saying? And the media gonna play into that. She's not going to disappear. That girl is going to press. Yeah, that girl's going to press the gas because her mom got MS and she got a motive and everything like that. Wiley, if you was a celebrity, seek a child, I would want the fame of social, or would you take the money? I would want to take the fame because more doors going to open up, more money opportunity, not just one large sum. I would take the fame for where I am now. If my mother said, your dad is a famous retired baseball player, I'd rather take the fame than the money because more opportunities open up. Reality show, books, etc., documentaries. I would rather take that. You know what I'm saying? I hope and pray that my mother did get somebody famous, smashed her, and she got a sick, whoever it is. I hope it's somebody famous with some money because I'm chasing money. Some with that gene because my mama, she wasn't really chasing money like that. I got an instinct of chasing success. So I hope and pray that my daddy is successful. I'm chasing like success. I'm chasing a bag. I'm chasing that. So I just hope and pray. I'm gonna call my mama a little later. But then again, I ain't gonna bother with that. Bringing that up. Let me see if I bring up who my daddy, baby, she gonna get to talking about 3 different conversations. I was like, I'll talk to you later. But anywho, I just hope and pray that it is a millionaire. So I just hope and pray. If she opened her legs up, I hope it was with a millionaire, and that's my daddy. And he's sick and on hospice somewhere, and they need me to be, and I take it to court and everything like that. Hope he'll be sick on hospice and stuff like that. I'm just saying, by any means necessary, I want to be successful. Let him be on the oxygen on hospitals, and that's my daddy, and I'm over this thing, and I go to court and sue and all that type of stuff. I'm just saying. I don't know why. No, I don't want him on hospice. I'm just joking. Joking. But if he is on hospice, it don't make me no difference if that's my daddy or whatever. Okay, but I'm gonna call R. Kelly and West. I'm gonna call R. Kelly and tell him to take the channel. And if it's R. Kelly, put the R. Kelly picture up. One second. Let me put the R. Kelly picture up. This is gonna make a real band. This is gonna make another series. And if R. Kelly is my daddy, I definitely want to know the truth. Free my daddy. This gonna make him mad. This all allegedly. And if he was my daddy, I'm gonna be on the first plane to the prison. Free my daddy. I'm just saying, since we talking about somebody being a dad, they both was in Chicago. Who knows? He probably smashed my mama on the Green Line train because she used to take the Green Line, and she said he'd be at the train station singing. He could have been singing in her punani. Who knows? I don't know. But she did say she'd be on the train. He'd be singing. Who knows? She probably would have got some ass at the train stop and all that type of stuff. And back in the day, my mom was there. She got it in. Who knows? I'm just saying. Wiley Kelly, y'all inside. Oh God. Wiley, you're determined to make him your daddy. If he is, it'd be good. Good for me, sure. Whew. Lord have mercy. Let me stop talking about it because these people really be believing what I be talking about. I can't sit and joke for nothing. They take what I say so freaking factual. It just, it's powerful when I get over here. Oh Lord, I just can't believe it. Wiley Kelly. All right, let me go. I wish I would. That would be a good wish. Man, I could really sell him being my daddy. What? What? I'm gonna sell it to the highest bidder. They said I can't hardly read like that. That's what Jason Lee said. He said I can't hardly read like that. If I can't hardly read, I got it from my daddy. The By judging by that problematic, I couldn't even hardly read. But let me stop for somebody really believe that. But like I said, it's a possibility. I don't know who my father is. I'm not gonna just throw it out the window. But anyhow, I'll take the money right now and keep the moving because I have my own. I would take the fame. You know what I'm saying? I would take that, and I would take that because it will open up doors for me. Allegedly, they say Beyonce didn't accept the steps up. Allegedly, yeah, because she got some steps up allegedly that she don't accept, and I can imagine that. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's not her children. You know, and I think everybody wanted her to accept and then give a paycheck. It ain't her responsibility. It's just not. Let me go. Well, we thank y'all for so much. Let me make sure the number. Okay, we ain't had no more calls. Wiley Kelly can't talk. Woo, we. What happened to the guy that was saying Jay was his dad? That story got buried. That story got buried. He probably got paid off. He probably got buried. It's a hashtag Wiley Kelly. Let me stop for these people really believing it, because you know I can't joke for nothing. It become a series. It become a series. It become up for a debate. They dissect everything that I say. So I don't care. That's why I say it. We can talk. Yes. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so very much. Shout out for y'all. Thank y'all for those that sent me cash apps today. God bless you for that, because that's gonna go towards the getting the crown in my mouth. Whenever it come in, my teeth, it feels very wonderful. I've been brushing my teeth, gagging, not gagging. I've been, mouthwash, brush teeth every single day. Dental floss. I've been taking good care of my dental hygiene, and every single day. And I thank God for people like that. I looked at my credit. My credit is good. Couple of more months, my car will be paid off. So I can't wait for that. I just thank God for all of those different things. Like, I can't wait. Everything has just been great. Been doing all on a good, well, able to keep up my payments for the library. Praise God for that. So I can't wait one more year. I'll be free completely. I just got to work on my work on my community service hours. Next, I'll be good. Hey, shata. I thank God for that. And I think every opportunity, I thank him for that. I thank him. I'm here, and I will never forget. I heard a voice that said, "Don't worry about it. You're going to be fine." Ever since then. And I'm good, drinking my water. You know what I'm saying? Having a good time. Lost some weight. I lost some weight. Went and had a good time. So tonight we're gonna have a good lit conversation. Let me see. He about to go to work, so I'm not gonna get my haircut today. I'm gonna just keep the hair. I'm probably get a haircut next week because I really want my other barber to cut it. I'm thinking about going bald. I want to go bald like my daddy. I want to shave it off and just go bald. But we shall see, because everybody can't do good linings. You know what I'm saying? So I really want to go. I want to shave it off and go bald. It is what it is. That's what I want to do. I really want to go bald. That's what I want to do. Go just shave it off. Every piece of hair on my body, just shave everything off. But Patreon, folks, I'll be live on Patreon at 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be on time. We would definitely be on Patreon. It is what it is. So, and I might get a man wig, get a lace and all that, but it'd be too hot in Dallas, Texas. It'd be too hot for that. But going bald would be good for me. No, keep the facial hair. Okay, keep the facial hair. So it is what it is. Get it is what. Hey man, how's it going?
Good, brother. What's up?
Nothing much, man. Just finishing up a show right now.
I just peeped a little bit of it.
Yeah. So what you up to?
Oh, nothing much, man. Just doing some stuff with my little daughter's scooter together, and about to I'm cleaning out everything, man.
Oh, that's what's up. Well, yeah. Right, right. Uh okay. Uh-huh. Right. Okay. Right. But thank you for that. Uh-huh. But whenever you get into studio together, I definitely want to come through for your grand opening for that. That's gonna be nice. Yes, yes, that's gonna be nice. Uh oh, that's gonna be nice. I think once you do it with your wife and get you and your wife to do the podcast together, I think that's gonna be a gold mine.
Well, I'm gonna have her on some other stuff, but you know, no, cause what she gonna be doing like I want when she come on and she do my guest stuff on my stuff, I want it to piggyback to her stuff, like what she wants to do.
Right.
She wants to be she's trying to be a life coach now. When she want to be a life coach, she going to be a life coach, getting a certification for it, and but she also want to open up a female shelter. You know?
Oh, that's gonna be nice. That's gonna be nice.
Woman shelter. So that's what she's big on. Like she's big on opening up a woman's shelter and like, you know, just doing like, cause you know we seeing this generation lacks some of the things that we lack.
Amen.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Don't go too hard on them, but you know they really are misguided, man. Cause like for I try to tell my daughters, you know, like take when Lil Kim, Foxy Brown, and everybody came out in that era, right?
Right.
Right. Like the difference between those girls now, like to me, Trina and Megan Thee Stallion is the same chick. Except one light, one dark. Except one from Miami, one from Texas. Megan Thee Stallion ain't saying nothing that Trina wasn't saying. Megan Thee Stallion just can appeal to this audience a little bit better because they're on that shit. Rather than Trina, girl said had a little bit of dignity. It's like I ain't finna ask a nigga for shit. I can do it on my own, and I ain't finna fuck no nigga for such and such. Now it's the cool thing to do all those things. So all the things that Lil Kim and shit talks about, but the girls really weren't doing it to that extent that they doing it now. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Because for every Lil Kim you had when we was coming up, you had a Lauryn Hill. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
You ain't got that nowadays. You know what I'm saying? So these little girls, they on some shit. If a dude can do it, I can do it. And I'm not knocking it.
Right.
It's the way you do it. Because at the end of the day, yeah, you're going to have a hot girl summer, but shit, you're going to be a baby mama in the spring. so yeah, hot girl summers need a baby mama falls. You know what I'm saying? That's real shit.
Well, you got Brandy got a song out, Baby Mama, too. So
yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's cool to be a hot girl, but at the end of the day, you're the girl, you're the woman, you're the one that's gonna look down on. That nigga gonna always get a pass because it's always gonna be that double standard. Like so, I'm saying to the females, like, I get it. There is a double standard, and you don't have to play into it, but you don't got to use your body to do it, though. You get what I'm saying? Cause if you look at what these niggas saying, these niggas ain't talking about fucking y'all no way. All these niggas talking about is getting hit. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So the niggas ain't even talking about nothing in you. All these niggas talking about is getting head and moving on. Like, nah, the pussy, I don't want that. I want the head.
What do you think about we live on the show now? What do you think about Jay-Z and the woman saying that Jay-Z got a daughter that's 28 years old? Do you believe that? Did you hear about that?
I just put it to you like this, Marquise. How long have you been listening to Jay-Z? I've been a Jay-Z fan since he came out in 96, 97.
Wow.
So now I put it to you like this. When I'm gonna send you a song. I want you. This is what I want you to do. To further or to validate my argument of or whatever, or what I'm saying about this. I want you to go and listen to the Rockefeller song. It's The Rock, the Rock, Jay-Z versus a million, Jay-Z, Beanie Siegel, and Memphis Bleak. It's like when the Rock first formed. And so in that song, in his verse, he said, and now I got a child to look after, and that's even more scary. You get what I'm saying? He said that shit then.
Wow.
You get what I'm saying? He's had quite a few throughout all the years listening to Jay-Z and all the lyrics. He's had quite a few scares, at least two, that I know of for a fact, listening to his lyrics.
Wow.
So that might be the case, but like I said, man, all that shit we say we do still comes back to get us, no matter what. Because that's all somebody got to do is go back to his lyrics and say, hey, now he said, because he said he had a son, he probably got a son to look after, and he said that's gonna be even more scary. And so that's the whole thing, man. He done said on 2 or 3 tracks from way back in the day when he first started that he might got a baby and all this kind of shit, but nobody never like dived into it or nothing like that. So it's not far-fetched to believe it because he done said it in his lyrics. I don't know what his personal life is, but if you ask me my opinion, it's not far-fetched to believe because he's already said that. They thought he had a son from this Trinidadian girl. Like the word was he got a girl pregnant. When they filmed that video, Big Pimpin' in Trinidad and Tobago, he got a Trinidad chick pregnant. And she had a son, and they kept it on the quiet. So, I mean, this is not a thing with Jay-Z. This has been going on since I've been to Jay-Z for easy 20 years. Easy 20 years.
Wow.
So, I don't know how like, what would you say about it? Like, 97, 98, 99, just go listen to Jay-Z talking about kids. I might have a kid and this, and that, and just look it up for yourself. Like, for the people who don't think it, I mean, to me, what does it matter? She's 28.
Yeah, that's true.
She can be she can't be Beyonce mama. Beyonce can be her mama. Beyonce can be her sister or ain't.
Right.
So, I mean, that's 28 years. I mean, and for somebody to come out 28 years later, this could be a good thing and a bad thing for Jay-Z and his brand. You know, it's a good thing. Like, if this is true, the good thing about this, the only good I can say about in this is if you're a man and you honestly didn't know, because I'm a father now. Now we're talking about fatherhood. Like, how, as a father and as a stand-up dude, how can you have a kid out there for 28 years and you get what I'm saying?
Right.
And then somebody has to come get to this level and say, hey, he ain't da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. If that was the case, man, you should have been handling that shit behind the scenes with all the money and everything you making to make sure you ain't get a Bill Cosby type situation because you know how that shit go. So that's what so that's the only good thing about this that could be good is if he didn't know. Now, Wiley, if he knew as a man, as a father of 3 girls, man, come on, bro. I don't give a damn if you didn't do shit. You should have been present at least. Something.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's the only thing about like the only good that can come out of this if he absolutely didn't know, if it's true. The only good can come out of his absolutely didn't know. If he knew, man, that's shitty. That's very, very shitty, and like that lets you know at his heart of hearts, man, what he got in his heart. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because any man who got that shit in their heart, say, man, that's a cold dude. You know what I mean? Just cold person, period. It's just like a woman having a baby and don't even want the baby. You know what I mean? So to me, it's a messed up situation if it's true and he knew. If he didn't know, he get a pass all the way. Because now at that point, I'm kind of blaming the mother only because you wait 28 years to let this man know. 28 years, and then you finally want a DNA test. With all the social media being out like this since at least 2006, 2007, from a Facebook and YouTube and all that kind of good stuff. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
You had plenty of chance to come out and expose him on all the social medias we got, and everybody who's trying to chase a story, cloud chasing everything. If it was true, she would have been there, came out with it. That's how I see it. Why would you hide something like that? 28 years, man. That's a long time, brother. That's a long time.
I feel you on that. Well, thank you so much for your comments on that.
No problem.
Yeah. So we definitely got to get you to come on the show for real, because I know you.
Definitely do. I'm gonna try to make you the first guest on my podcast.
Oh, that's gonna be dope.
I might have to come to you. And we set it up at one of these places, man, because I kind of want I'm trying to low key. I'm getting a lot of content creators in the Dallas Fort Worth area.
Right.
I kind of want to put everybody on this platform at the same time. Be like, hey, man, this is what we doing in Dallas. Almost like a subsection. You know what I'm saying? Like these are DFW, because these are, if you think about it, if we reaching all the content creators in DFW, these are people we can actually reach out and touch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like these are businesses we can actually really go to and support them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna send you something about a friend of mine. She has a vegan restaurant in Oak Cliff, man. The only black owned vegan restaurant in Oak Cliff, man. She got brothers in Oak Cliff, man. Eating kale salads and ginger root and wheatgrass smoothies. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
I mean, she donating all these. She teamed up with a food bank, man, and she's donating everything that comes in, man. They're making meal plans for the elderly and deliver them to nursing homes and places like that, man. So she's really doing a lot of really good stuff, man. So it's just a lot of people like us, man. It's just people who are really actually doing things great for the community and the people around. And by the way, I haven't sent no money to your damn channel. So when I get off this phone, I gotta subscribe and I gotta invest in your channel. I was thinking like, man, why haven't I invested in this man's channel? Let me invest in your channel, brother. And go and put my money in.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah, so no, man. At the end of the day, all the support is needed. It's coronavirus time, man.
Right.
So,
but we gonna have to have that conversation and bring you on a program like sometime next week. Let's see how your schedule is.
Okay, that'll be great, Marquise.
All right, thank you again, man.
And you take care, man.
All right, you too. All right, so that was my mentor. I met him. I was working with somebody, and I thought I wanted to get into real estate, and I met him, and we've been talking ever since. He's have a family, a beautiful family, wife, beautiful wife, and beautiful family, and and I really saw something like being around him and his family, and it was like, wow, this is really nice. Have a nice home, just nice. That's truly a blessing. And so I connect with him, and we've been knowing each other for a couple of years now. And I had the pleasure of doing we got into the car and we were going to see different properties, and he was teaching me about corner of the market. He was teaching me about, the real estate game and how ruthless it could be, how the business ruthless it could be in the business. And so I'm really going to get him more. He's very unfiltered. He's lit. And you all never saw him on camera. So we're going to try to get him in the studio and come on camera, and so you all can see him. It's just really nice. Just a really good, upstanding gentleman. And I just love the fact that we have a friendship, and to find someone that have a family and actually doing good and not being an absent father, but therefore I love to see a black family. I think that's dope. I think that's a blessing when you have that mother and father and children. Is dope. Why was feel he would be like a Black China? What? Not a Black China. Speaking of Black China, I will be watching her new show that is on the network, on the whatever that network is, because I did subscribe to it. So I will be watching that Black China show. All right, y'all. This was lit. You would go for Rob. You would go for absolutely. I would go for a Rob. Rob got coin. So Zeus, the Zeus Network. I like the Zeus Network. I heard that it's owned by an African American. I've heard. I don't know how true it is. I gotta fact check that. But the Zeus Network, I got into a lot of shows, and B2K. I was able to watch that. I was able to watch, the Puerto Rican princess. You know, she had a show about with the strippers, and now Black China got stuff about the OnlyFans. So I'm really looking forward to that. Shout out to this guy named Flash. I think that's his name. A gentleman that made six figures, made $100,000 last month on OnlyFans, and it's possible that you can make more money than that if you have an audience. And he just show his booty and all that type of stuff. Sometimes you charge $20, $60 a month, and people pay for it. Period, point blank. So if you got an audience, OnlyFans, especially if you like to show your body, you don't mind showing your body in the privacy of your own home before you try to be a stripper, you probably can make more money than that being in your house. You know, and I'm subscribed to a couple of people OnlyFans pages. I only subscribe for a month if it's like $1 a month or $4 a month or $5 a month. But if it go like $30, $40, $60, no, $80, I don't charge that much. And I only stay on there for a month because most of these people don't really post like that. She said she wasn't hiding it. Also, she better not come out the wrong way with it. He could still sue for damaging his character, blood or no blood. Yeah, you got to be careful too, but she ain't got no money to be all that. Well, we thank y'all so very much. And I will see y'all later. This was a lit show.